Welcome. Here you will find videos to help guide you through several labs involving bioenergy. The goal of these materials is to help introduce students to important tenets of the bioenergy field. In the Applying Spatial Information Lab, you will learn how to use the Biofuels Atlas, a geographic information system that contains vital information for identifying areas suitable for biomass and biofuel production. In the Size Reduction Lab, you will be introduced to the concept of biomass size reduction, an important step in biofuel production. You will use the document scanner and ImageJ software to accurately measure particle sizes. Next, in the Densification Lab, you will learn the significance of densification, a process used to increase the density of biomass. You will also learn about the measurements used to evaluate the quality of densified biomass, such as moisture content and durability. You will explore the concept of proximate analysis. Proximate analysis is the determination of moisture, volatile matter, carbon, and ash using prescribed methods. You will use these methods to determine the chemical composition of a biomass sample. In the Biomass Carbohydrate Composition Lab, you will measure the carbohydrate content of biomass samples as a percent of total mass. You will also determine the ratio of water-soluble to water-insoluble carbohydrate. In the next lab, you will perform acid hydrolysis to convert cellulose in biomass samples to glucose. This process prepares the samples for fermentation. During the fermentation lab, you will complete the process of producing ethanol from cellulosic biomass. You will use yeast to convert the simple sugars you prepared in the previous lab to ethanol. You will also evaluate the effects of yeast and sugar content on fermentation and ethanol yield. Next, in the Distillation of Ethanol lab, you will learn about the process of distillation and purify the ethanol made in the previous lab using this process. After distillation, you will analyze the purity of the product. In the next lab, Fuels from Oilseeds, you will use oil derived from seed plants such as canola or soy to create biodiesel. After creating the biodiesel, you will analyze the yield, purity, and combustibility of fuels created from different oils. In the Anaerobic Digestion lab, you'll investigate the anaerobic digestion of waste streams. This process creates large amounts of methane, which can be used to produce energy. In this lab, you will determine the amount of methane produced from varying concentrations of waste substrate. Next, in the Combustion lab, you will use a process called calorimetry to estimate the amount of energy contained in ethanol. Calorimetry involves measuring the change in temperature of water suspended above the sample to estimate the amount of energy given off during combustion. Lastly, in the Biomass Pyrolysis lab, you will learn about pyrolysis, a method to split biomass into its solid, liquid, and gaseous components using heat. You will investigate the effects of temperature and biomass type on the products produced by pyrolysis.